going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fit and Focus podcast. My name is Forrest. I'm your coach and your host. So again, welcome to the Fit and Focus podcast. Today's episode is an interesting one. As you can see, I got 3 other people with me. This is the entire team. So what we're going to be doing in this episode is kind of talking about who the hell are these people? What do we do in this team? What is everyone's role? How they got here? What their goals in fitness are for themselves, and anything they would like to talk about. So I'm going to kind of give the floor to everyone else. We can start off with Lex. She is the assistant coach. And Lex, take the floor away.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lex. I've been on my fitness journey for a while now, but most recently I kind of started getting back into it. Kind of fell off for a little bit, but we are getting back and we are getting things rolling. So when I first started my fitness journey way back when, I did it because I lacked confidence and I did not like the way my body looked. And I was an athlete throughout high school and I just missed it. I started to miss it and I hadn't worked out in like maybe 2 years since then. So there was a big gap of me not doing anything and I was like, man, I need to do something to keep myself active. I need to find that drive again. So then I started working out in the gym, started putting on muscle, loved the results I was seeing. So obviously kept pushing further and finally got to a point where I was like, man, this is nice, I look good. So I started feeling confident, gained the muscle like I said. And yeah, so working with Forrest now. I've known him for a while and he's mentioned it to me so many times. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. Just making excuses and he's laughing because he knows that's true. But yes, I am a certified personal trainer. I am a physical therapist assistant. So basically my day-to-day is helping people rehab through injuries. So I like to say that I'm a glorified personal trainer. I just have the added knowledge of helping people through injuries. So whether you guys struggle with something like that, something comes up in the future, let's hope and pray that it doesn't, but I can kind of help guide you through that. And like I said, I'm also a certified personal trainer, so I work with people exercising daily in my day-to-day job, but also can provide that knowledge if you're looking to build your goals, because I have done it myself and I have a pretty amazing transformation to prove it to you guys. So yeah, that's a little bit about my story and my role in the team and what I do. So yeah.
All right. Cool. And then Andrew, go ahead and grab the mic.
Oh yes.
May I please receive my mic? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. What's up, everybody? So if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Andrew, but my online name is Drewski. I've known Forrest now for a good while. I've actually known Forrest, what has it been, 4 or 5 years, I think?
About 5 years.
5,
yeah.
6 years, I think.
Actually, yeah, going on 6.
Yeah, so 5 or 6 years now that I've known Forrest. So my part in the health and fitness world is, I'm not a coach. I like to make that very clear. I'm not a coach. I don't have any type of certifications or licenses behind my name. I just enjoy making content. But my content is in the realm of health and fitness. So I have undergone a transformation myself. At one point in my life, I was 370 pounds. Not a good 370 pounds. I mean, I used to bench press 500 pounds for multiple reps, which I do miss on an occasion, but other than that, you know, now we're able to breathe in the middle of the night, especially when I'm sleeping. Went through a little wake-up call back then. You know, I was sitting in bed, and I was about to go to bed, and I was watching TikTok, or I think it was Vine. It was one of those, and I was like, brother, you could hear yourself breathing. I don't know if this is a good thing or not. While I was munching down on a freaking bundle box from McDonald's, bro. And I was like, yeah, I might be the issue, you know? So,
Well,
you know,
there's your problem.
I was very involved with the gym. I went to the gym every single day. I just decided one day that I needed to transform and, you know, see what I can do with myself and stop making excuses. But I do make content myself. Very gym bro content. I have no filter. I'm gonna do my best not to cuss or be my usual rash self on this podcast. But other than that, man, that's pretty much the intro to my life and who I am in regards to the health and fitness world. You know, I'm that gym bro. I'll tell you what it is, tell you what it's not. And other than that, that's me, man. So.
All right. So what do you do and not do inside of this deal here?
So what I do and what my role is for the team is content and also marketing. I do have a marketing background. I have a bachelor's degree in marketing. One of the things I like to use is myself. At one point in time, I was very good at marketing who Drewski was. I mean, I still am to an extent. At the end of the day, we have slowed down a bit. I have a career outside of content, and that's one of the things that I do focus on at the moment. I've kept off 100 plus pounds, so I guess I know what I'm doing in regards to the health and fitness world somewhat. I've gone through multiple coaches, so I like to say I consult in somewhat, but majority of what I do in my role for this team is marketing. And one of the things I want to do is help everybody grow. Forrest does a great job on his own. I feel like when Forrest and I get together in regards to content, we do a pretty good job. We've had a couple videos together that actually went viral. Our personalities mesh pretty well. Forrest is very laid back, chill, and professional. I am very laid back and not chill at all. That's not professional at all. So I feel like when both of our worlds meet, it's pretty funny and it's pretty entertaining for other people to see. So one of the things I want to do, especially for the team, is just put my personality out there. Maybe there's some people who need more of a push than a tap on the back, and that's what I'm here for, at the end of the day. And of course, I have my woman over here to my right. She's a great aspect to the team as well, and she's very laid back and very in her shell. So one of the things I like to do for Lex is, I believe in Lex a lot. I believe in Lex a lot more than I believe in myself in regards to social media and where I can actually take myself. And I need to push her to her absolute peak.
Yeah, break out of your shell, Lex.
Yeah,
it's about time.
Because at the end of the day, if there is somebody in this room that I've lived with for a good amount of time, and somebody that knows a lot in regards to health and fitness, it's Alexis. And one thing I do is I trust her with a lot of the choices that I make, not only with health and fitness, in my life as well. So if I trust her with things that I make outside of the gym, I guess I gotta trust her with other things in the gym too. So that's my intro, man. But it was you'll be hearing the actual me here, Dan. So I don't like not cussing and being like.
All right, now Spencer, you introduce yourself. Our story's a little interesting to say the least.
My name's Spencer. My online name is Taqueria Spence on everything. That's a story for a different time as to how I got that. I started my fitness journey like many other people. I'd start it, I'd give up. I'd start it, I'd give up. Start it, give up. Over and over and over again. And then, so me and Forrest, we've known each other for well over a decade now. And 4 years ago? 5 years ago? Doggett?
Oh, for Doggett? Yeah,
that's
like
three
or four years ago, yeah.
We were working together at Doggett, and that was around the time when he was getting better into his coaching, getting more and more into his coaching. He was competing in bodybuilding shows, and I always told myself, man, I'm so tired all the time. I just don't have the time and energy. This guy's doing it. I should be able to do it. And he's running a business and working out. I should be able to do it too, so I signed on with him.
And we were working full time together.
Yeah. And when I mean full time, like I'm talking about like minimum 50 plus hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
So doing that, working out 5 times a week, eating right. I tell you, in blue collar field, eating right is hard to do. Yeah, because gas station burritos are not good for you, no matter how bad you want to tell yourself.
60 hours a week. I didn't know you had a part-time job.
Yeah, right. You got soft hands, brother. But when I started on that program, that journey with him, I started dropping weight fast, and it was the most weight I'd ever dropped starting one of my fitness journeys and sticking to it this time. And then came a point, he left, and I was still sticking to my fitness journey. And then I left, and I went to go work in the oil field, and it was a little bit harder to work on my fitness journey then, going out 2 weeks at a time, only coming home for 2 weeks. Trying to make it work as best as I could, and I was still doing good. I was making sure I was bringing the right food out there because they didn't have food for us out there. We had to bring all of our own stuff, so that was a good help. And then, as far as working out went, they said, "Oh yeah, we have a gym here." They had a dumbbell rack that went up to 40s. Most of my stuff
For those of you that are training at home, that's all you need.
Yes. At that point in time, I'd built up quite a bit of muscle, so I was doing really good. Working out at the patch. 80 plus hours a week. Anything less is soft hands. But then I got a job opportunity to go work in Colorado, working in mines as a heavy-duty diesel mechanic. Awesome job. Beautiful. I was working in the Rocky Mountains. I was working in the highest incorporated town in America. It was sitting at about 10,500 feet elevation. Leadville, Colorado. Look it up. It's actually a very beautiful place. And when I went up there, I knew I was going to have a hard time adjusting to the elevation because, you know, I'm at sea level. And then going over there, 10,500 feet, you talk about hard to breathe. So I went up there, brought all my fitness gear with me, and I was like, I'm going to give myself a couple of weeks to acclimate to this before I start working out. Because I already looked up some gyms that were up there. 2 weeks went by, I never got back to it. I started, I'll be honest, I gave up on myself. I got depressed being up there. I turned to drinking a lot. I started eating whatever I wanted, not working out. Pretty much all the weight I lost when I was working with Forrest, I gained it all back.
And I was pissed.
Yeah, he was pissed. And then it was a 6-month contract. 5.5 months. This happens. I slipped on ice and I bent my leg all the way to the left.
My leg?
90 degrees. Yeah, pretty much. I was the guy from SpongeBob. And I messed up all sorts of stuff. That was back in March of 2024. It is almost 2 years now since my injury. Just had my 3rd surgery a few weeks ago. Fingers crossed it is the last one.
He has someone else's kneecap in there.
Yeah, I got donor parts in here.
Made me think of SpongeBob. My friend's in there. Congratulations.
All right. And so that just made matters even worse. Gained even more weight. I was like, man, this is it. My fitness journey, everything, it's all over. I'm going to have an injured leg for the rest of my life. I'm not going to be able to go anywhere. Then me and him started reconnecting more again. Because, I mean, when I left to Colorado, I just kind of fell out of touch with everybody. Came back, me and him started talking more. And I hopped back on it. I am now 80 pounds down. Actually, 80 plus pounds. With a knee injury.
No excuses. No excuses.
He can't even fucking walk right.
Yeah, it's the tripod.
Yeah, that's right. I'm the one that said no cussing. Sorry for cussing.
But this is on its way to being better. This 3rd surgery I just had, supposed to be the last. Like I said, fingers crossed. And I can only wait to see where I go from there because, yeah, I mean, being able to lose 80 plus pounds and not be able to do legs or any kind of cardio, it's great. I totally kind of just went off on a tangent there telling my story. What I started doing for the team, and I'm still doing, was just editing videos and learning from these guys because these two have been in the content world for a very long time. So I started with that. But now I'm also excited to announce that as of yesterday, I have signed up for CPT classes. So I will be working towards the goal of being another certified personal trainer in the group and certified nutritionist. So yeah, that's my story.
Love it.
Right. Cool.
Just gotta avoid ice.
Just gotta avoid ice. Yeah.
Just avoid
Oh, you mean like frozen water, not.
We're cutting that out. I promise you that. When it comes to YouTube, at least everyone that's in here, they get to see it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all.
She laughed at that.
Okay, all right. Thank God.
All right, well, that's the team, and you can see that everyone has a very colorful personality, to say the least. And if you didn't know me already, Katie, you're new to the group. You're one of my newest clients. So if you didn't know me, my name is Forrest Clay Smith. Sorry, it's not Forrest Gump. I was born before the movie. Sorry to disappoint. But my story is I'm a retired... Yeah, I know. So original. But I am a retired professional rodeo cowboy. So I've been a professional athlete for 1/3 of my life, and whenever that stopped, I retired from rodeo when my son was born. I gained almost 100 pounds in 6 months. It was bad. It was
Don't
real
tell them what
bad.
that horse did to you.
Stop.
I'll do that.
Long story
Take it away, Andrew.
The easiest way to tell that story would be the list of the list of bones that I have not gotten broken from rodeo is shorter than the list that has been broken. So I've gotten all sorts of screwed up from rodeo. But whenever my son was born, had my horses stolen, had my trailer stolen, had money stolen, all my saddles, everything stolen. Then kind of gave up on everything and just focused on being a dad. And I met a guy who I've known already from when I worked at the mall when I got my first job. He was coaching, and even though I was technically already certified as a personal trainer because both my parents were personal trainers and they thought it was something that would be good for me to do, I was like, I'm gonna hire this guy. And I ended up working with that guy, and he said, why don't you get into something? If you miss competition, why don't you do like fitness competitions? And I was like, well, what fitness competition? He's like, bodybuilding. I was like, ba-ding! Like it never existed, but got into that. First show, got second call out, and I was natural during that show. Second show, got first call out. Third show, got first call out. And I took a break from bodybuilding, but I got into my online coaching business from where I came from with that coach. That was my first experience with online coaching because he lived really pretty close to me. And it was like, but I don't get to see you. I don't understand this. And he was like, no, we're gonna build you up. I'm gonna make you an offer. We're gonna work on you, and you get to have your own business. I opened up my own business, and like Spencer said, I was a heavy diesel mechanic too, and I was working alongside him. And there were plenty days where I would come in, I would be hiding underneath a bulldozer, and he would say, just go ahead and take a nap and I'll cover you, whatever it is. And then he would wake me up for lunchtime. He would have lunch bought for me, and he's like, all right, you need to work the rest of the day to get something done. Because I was waking up at 3:30 every morning, going to bed at midnight to work on the business and everything like that. And when I left that job, I took the business full time, and now this is what I do. I am a full-time online fitness coach, and now for the first time, I have a team behind me to help me, because when I tell you the mistake I made was doing all this stuff on my own for the last 5 years, it was a mistake. I should have started working with people that I trust long ago, and some people need more convincing than others. But once she got into it, once Andrew got into it, once Spencer got into it, I think they're seeing the vision of where this can go. And it's really exciting for me, coming from the guy that I was sitting inside of a Volkswagen Passat with my laptop on my lap in front of the IHOP parking lot at 6:30 in the morning one day doing a sales call, trying to get someone to be a client. And now combined following between all of us is close to 400,000 followers. That's almost 500,000 people. So that's more than 3.5 Dallas Cowboys stadiums want to listen to us talk every fucking day. Excuse my language. So that's exciting. The brand is getting built up. Merch ideas, marketing ideas, team ideas. It's just going to keep growing and growing. So Katie, you are now a part of this. They're now a part of this. You're going to be hearing from them across your journey in the Discord, whether it be in the app, the Discord, any podcast that they do on their time. But yeah, that's the team. That's me. I'm Forrest the Trainer. Takadia Spence, Drewski, Lex.
Alexis Jean.
Yeah, I couldn't remember it. I'm sorry. Is there anything y'all wanted to tell the team or anyone on YouTube that's going to be watching this podcast?
Transparency in the fitness world.
Yeah, I think my voice will radiate. I don't necessarily think, but yeah. So one of the things I want to talk about was transparency. Yeah, I think what sets us apart, and I think what sets Forrest and Lex apart, and then also Spence, since he's getting into it. Like I said, I'm not a coach. I'm here to do my best in regards to marketing and push these people the best that I can, and obviously come in support and do the things that I can in regards to the videos we make and content and stuff like that. But transparency. I've had a lot of coaches. I've had a lot of coaches in my life, believe it or not. And one of the best coaches I've ever had was the most transparent. I've had coaches who were very, Andrew, yes man to everything. Yes. You want to do this, Andrew? Yeah, of course. Yes. And they just wanted my money at the end of the day. The more they said yes to me, the more I felt like they believed in what goals I had in mind. But I think what sets the team apart, Forrest, Lex, and now also Spence, is how transparent they are in regards to health and fitness. And I'm gonna bring up Forrest first before I get into you. But I think Forrest, since the beginning, like I've known Forrest for a very long time, and you're currently my coach now. But in regards to how I want to bring Forrest into the transparency part of the world is when we did content together. If something didn't work, Forrest was like, he didn't see me as a competition, but more so as a tool that he can also use as much as I can use to him. And if something I made was terrible, he's like, "That's bad.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Take no, you're not posting that. Do this,
Delete
do that." Rather than seeing me as a competition and going, "Yeah, go ahead, post that," or stealing my idea and going, "I'm gonna do it the way that I wish he would have done it, but I know this will work this way." So that's one of the reasons why I trust Force. I've met a lot of people in the content game where anything I did, they're like, "Yeah, that's dope," and it would flop. Rather than some of the things that I would post, like I said, Forrest would, critique them the best that he could. So that's one of the reasons why I trust Forrest. And then, of course, Alexis. Alexis being my girlfriend, obviously there's some trust and loyalty in regards to that, hopefully. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. But one of the greatest qualities, I guess you could say, that Lex has is how morally and ethically correct her life is, just as a person. I think in regards to her morals and her ethics, I think it'd be impossible for her to lie or fabricate something. She doesn't even cross a crosswalk unless it has the damn walk symbol. There's, if the directions on the popcorn bag say 2 minutes, it's 2 minutes on the microwave. And that's one of the things that I respect the most about Lex, because I'm not that way at all.
I'm dead. I'm sorry.
Truthfully, I'm not that way at all. If I feel like it needs to be a certain way, then I'm going to do that. If I can cut edges a little bit, and cross that little ethical barrier where it's like I'm right there on the teeter-totter edge, because I can do that, I'm going to do that. I work smarter, not harder. Lex likes to work harder, but it's good because it balances me out at the end of the day. And her work is always truthful. From not using ChatGPT on her homework for college, and I'm over here writing essays with ChatGPT, dog. Lex is just one of the best people in regards to morals, and I think that's why she's probably one of the greatest assets to the team besides Forrest and Spencer, obviously, and myself. Of course, Spencer, from the short period of time that I've met Spencer, me and him we mesh pretty well. I feel like our personalities are about the same, and I can't wait to see this guy without a brace. I'm going to take him out on a couple runs. But I just think the transparency and the amount of truth in this team sets us apart, I think, in the health and fitness world. There's too many coaches out there that have something in their bio that don't mean exactly what they want for their client. And no shame or, to anybody else's game. At the end of the day, if you're doing great, cool. You never know who this can get out to. But yeah, there's just too many snakes in the grass, and I believe our team cuts the grass with the snakes. So that's my answer to that. Now, I think one of the things I want to ask Lex in regards to that transparency and all the above, what made you want to jump on the team? What made you want to take the leap? See, because Lex, if anybody knows Lex, she is very, very in her shell, and very proud of her, and obviously I think Forrest and Spencer is too, for how much she's put into this, as well as what made you essentially take the leap and finally get into what you should be doing.
What made me take the leap? I think I just took a leap of faith, honestly. I just decided, this is something that I've said I wanted to do. This is something that has been a goal of mine, but I just didn't know how to do it. Forrest already has the fundamentals and can teach me a lot, obviously, and has already taught me a lot about how it works. But I think my goal is just to help as many people as I can. I don't care, I don't care how hard it is, because I want to do it. And at the end of the day, if I can help one person, that's great for me. I mean, I help people all day, every day at work, yes, but I mean, being a part of someone's fitness journey and them transforming into a new person and just gaining the confidence, loving the way they look, that is something special that I'm looking forward to being a part of. And to piggyback off of Spencer, he just like gave me some motivation because 80 pounds without doing legs or doing cardio,
That's crazy.
that is crazy. If y'all are watching this, I don't want to hear any excuses because that is crazy. 80 pounds. That just goes to show that you can do anything if you're determined and if you set your mind to it.
So everyone that says like, "Oh, I've tried everything," I promise you haven't.
There's always somebody that's
promise.
Yeah, there's always somebody that's working harder than you. It's the sad truth. It's how bad you want it or not. That's at the end of the day.
I love that.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, like I said, Lex, I'm very proud of Lex. Obviously, we're jumping out of her shell and jumping into this game because it is very hard getting into
So
content.
everyone go follow Lex on social media.
Yeah, Alexis Jean. But it is, one of the things, it's very hard. It's very hard getting into the social media. It's very hard getting into coaching with how much competition there is. Obviously, Forrest, you've been involved into this game for a good while. Myself, I'm not a coach, like I said, but I have been in content, and it's very hard. And to resonate with Lex, and I'm pretty sure all of us here resonate with that, is one of the things I've always said when I started content to now is whether someone watches my video, one person, or 1,000, 10,000, or even 1 million, because I've had that. I'm just going to throw that in there. Multiple millions, by the way.
8.5, dog.
I, at the end of the day, one of my things with the motivation in health and fitness, like I said, is I'd like to help one person or 1 million, So that, I think that just goes hand to hand with transparency, and that shows, the character that Alexis has, and obviously the team too. So yeah, what's your point of view, Spencer, on transparency in the health and fitness world? I'd like to get that. Or why did you jump into coaching as well? Why did you want to do that? I'm curious to that.
All right.
Mind you, it is winter time, so we don't want him to get up and fall on some ice here.
So what led me to wanting to join on the coaching side of things, I had a buddy of mine recently reached out because I was posting all the videos and stuff like that, talking about my transformation and how I've been able to do it with a bum knee. It's an old buddy of mine from back in high school. He reached out to me and he's just pretty much like inquiring about how I went about doing it. So I referred him to Forrest. And I was like, man, part of me was like, what if I was able to help him?
Ooh.
And like not trying to take away from business, like
I
Forrest.
was like, "Ooh, he wants to do this."
So I started asking Forrest questions about the coaching thing, and I mean, to be honest, like, do you feel like I'd be good at it too? Like, as part of the team, not trying to break off and do my own separate thing.
100%.
And he's like, no, 100%. Like, I feel like you could be really good at this.
Yeah.
So I started looking more into it. He gave me some of his old study guides and stuff like that from whenever he was first starting to get into coaching. And I was like, all right, set up a call with somebody at the ISSA and pretty much went along with it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think with you getting into coaching too, I think you're going to resonate with a lot of people. I feel like you give a very, very like, give me a hug vibe, and I think a lot of people, especially outside, truthfully, I mean, with online coaching, it's very scary for some people. I mean, because like I said, there's an abundant amount of online coaches, right? All you have to type on Instagram is online coach, and I guarantee you 100 profiles with online coaching is going to come up. But I think what's going to resonate with a lot of people with you is the fact that you're so transparent and you're a person as well to these people. You're not going to just want to sell them something and not provide extra you to that person. So I think that's awesome, man. Hey, you're jumping into it. You're jumping to the OG here, Mr. Forrest. And I say OG because, boy, I'm still trying to depict if you're like 30, 40, 50.
I hate you.
I tried looking for his yearbook, and I'm like, man, they don't even have it. They're like, you got to go to the Pope in Rome. Go to
The stone tablets. Is that you saying I'm that old?
Vatican.
The Vatican. You got to go to the Vatican archives to figure out when Forrest.
I'm not that old,
dude.
I wasn't walking 5 miles to school, 5 miles back.
Wow,
So,
uphill in a snowstorm. I'm 32, by the way.
The reason Forrest, quote unquote, got all his saddles and horses stolen was because he finally sold them for a car because they came out with cars.
Shut
We got his first Model T.
Good.
Tracy says, "Be nice."
Just kidding, Tracy. You just play. I'm gonna calm it down. But yeah, no. So Forrest, yeah, I wanna get into transparency, man. You're obviously a coach, so you're around a lot of coaches. You know,
Oh,
what
yeah.
do you notice that's, in regards to transparency and how it is being a coach? You've had clients more than all of us here. How is it in regards to what's your perspective on it? Obviously you are and you want to continue doing this. So what's your perspective, and how do you grow with times as well?
Okay, that's a tough one, and it could.
Transparency more
Yeah,
than
the
anything.
transparency more than anything. The part that made my seat get real hot is about 80% of coaches are full of shit. Excuse my language,
Yeah.
but they're
Facts.
lying. They're straight up lying, and this goes into in-person coaches as well. I know someone that may or may not be local. They could be in San Antonio. They could be in a different state. That they have a certain number of clients and they haven't even gotten their certification yet, and that pisses me off. Like, if you needed to get your car fixed and you took it to a shop and they said, "Oh yeah, we have to charge you this premium price for the premium service that this shop provides because it is a premium service," and you find out that it's the trainee doing the work, and you're paying for the lead technician, like the master technician that's not doing the work, that pisses me off.
Yeah.
And to know that I know this person and I know what they're doing. I know how they're doing it. I know who's helping them through this process. It's very upsetting. So I say, you know what? I'm going to operate out of integrity and morals. And then all these online coaches, and I am one of them. I am an online coach. I am not one of them that does this though. They lie about everything. They lie about the car they drive, the gym they train at, the accolades and the certifications they have when they maybe only have a CPT, or they took the CPT and they failed, and they're like, "Oh well, I learned enough. I just failed the test. I have all the notes." If you fail a CPT test,
Come on.
you definitely don't need to be coaching anybody.
Facts.
Then the
Wow.
the cost of it all. Like, people lie about their discounts, people lie about their pricing, people lie about what the investment is. And Katie, Tracy, and anybody else that's gotten into this program, you've probably heard me say, "Hey, I am not a used car salesman. I'm not trying to get the most money out of you. I'm trying to get the most progress for you." Because yeah, this is how I feed my son. This is how they're going to end up getting paid through this as well. But the main goal is helping people. The main goal is solving the issues that people have that think are unfixable. And working full time in blue collar, having a bum knee, having some people having alcoholism problems, having drug use problems, having type 2 diabetes, PCOS, and the list goes on. And to think, "Oh, I'm too old, I don't have enough time, I don't know how to do it." It's our job to be able to say, "You're wrong," and people hate hearing that they're wrong. So it makes me have to be like, "Nope, you're wrong. Like, we can fix this." And then when it's presented to them, they go, "Oh, so I actually have to work?" And it's like, yeah, that's the whole fucking point. Sorry. That's the whole point. But Kobe Bryant said it best. All the early mornings, all the late nights, all the late gym sessions, all the recovery sessions, all the late night massages, he said, that's the dream. It's not the trophies, it's not the press conferences, all the early mornings, late nights, showing up first, leaving last, that's the dream. Like, Mamba mentality, like, I wasn't even a big fan of Kobe Bryant. I'm a Spurs fan, so I did not like Kobe Bryant. But when it comes to the Black Mamba, Mamba mentality is, I'm going to outwork everybody and be honest about how hard I work, what I provide, and what I'm going to bring to the team, to myself, to all my clients. I take it very, very seriously. And whenever someone is struggling, I will grab you by the belt and lift you up in the air and be like, "We got shit to do." And like, I'm gonna put 25% more than. Yeah, I'm gonna put 25%. Yeah.
I was 80 pounds heavier.
I've seen it.
But I put 25% more than my clients do. So if you're putting in 75, I put 25. We're at 100. You're getting there. If you put 100, I'm putting 125. You're gonna go even farther. Like, it's just how I work. It's how I operate. But when it comes to transparency, Like, if y'all didn't know, I am not natural. I utilize testosterone replacement therapy because my body naturally stopped producing testosterone at 26 years old. Not because I took gear, not because I went through this or that. It just naturally stopped. I had a natural testosterone deficiency, and I had to start utilizing testosterone replacement therapy. I have a decent physique, and I do not have visible abs. So if someone's like, "Oh, he takes steroids, he's ripped as fuck," like, it's not the case. Like, my stuff is normal now, and I work harder than everybody else. And you can say you work harder than me, come show me, and then I'll believe you. But until you come and show me, I'm working harder than you. That's just what it is. That's how I think. Until you can show me, I'm working harder than you. So for all my clients, for y'all, for everybody, I'm gonna be working harder than all of you till we can get this service and this team to go past the stars, past the moon, past Pluto, even though they don't count as a planet anymore. But main thing is, I miss Pluto too. Neil deGrasse Tyson, it's your fault.
Bring back the 9-planet solar system.
Amen. Hashtag bring Pluto back.
Hashtag Pluto is more than just a dog.
Yeah,
But if that answers your question,
no, 100%, man. And truthfully, I think one of the things that I most respect about you, Forrest, is, you know, through all the trials and tribulations that you've gone through, for the times that I've known you, obviously, is you're someone who enjoys the hunt, man. I think a lot of people, a lot of coaches, I mean, even one to even talk about it. Sometimes there's too many people that just enjoy the end game. There's no hunt for them. So you got to, if you want to enjoy the process, if you enjoy the process, you're patient with the process, you enjoy the hunt, and then you finally harvest your kill, guess what? You know, you reach your goal is essentially what I mean by that is the whole process you have to enjoy in order to reach that goal. And when you reach it, it just becomes a lot more fulfilling. And I think you enjoy the hunt more than any other coach or person that I've actually met, truthfully, in real time in regards to health and fitness. So that's awesome, man. But
yeah, I don't know why I enjoy staying up till 3:45 in the morning writing nutrition modules.
I mean, I could tell you, but Tracy told me not to be mean.
No, be.
So I'm not. I could tell
She
you.
said,
why.
"Be nice." I guess we got
You know, you might like enjoy reading your newspaper, looking outside the window, and whatnot. And
3:45 in the morning is.
Yeah.
I'm growing my beard tonight.
guys,
Having your little Captain America
guys,
moment.
Look, somebody commented something. What'd she say? Look, somebody commented.
A man that listens. Wow.
Look. All I'm saying is this. Look, you're lucky you didn't get your plan with an ink pen, because Forrest has
A quill.
Why did I answer like, "Oh, I'm the one that knows this"?
Hey, did you feed your carrier pigeon tonight?
No. So
For
yeah,
anyone that hasn't got their program yet, the pigeons got
the
shot.
pigeons are they're waiting.
Pigeons got shot.
Somebody
You
thought
know,
they were dove.
In the meantime, who's your new client?
We got Katie, Abraham, and Hyman. Those are the newest.
Katie,
ones.
if you haven't got your plan, the quill, we just ran out of ink. Forrest likes a specific ink. It's coming. We got another comment. What'd they say?
Imported from Japan.
Oh,
I don't know why
man.
I'm doubling down on your jokes.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, the transparency and all the above. That's one of the reasons I feel like the whole team is, you know, I think we resonate better, and I think we're a lot more transparent and just ourselves, truthfully. You know, I'm not anybody different. You're not anybody different. Spencer's not, and Alexis. It'd be very hard for her to be somebody different. So if she's acting like a hard ass or anything, guarantee you either
She's full of shit.
pissed in her Cheerios or something, man. But you know, other than that, that's just who we are.
Yeah,
So
we all put our pants on one leg at a time. Well,
fortunately,
With my knee injury, I just got to jump up and hope for the best. Just,
oh man,
all right,
yeah.
but anyone else want to drop anything for the?
something quick, simple, and easy. Starting your fitness journey, it's going to seem very hard at first. I was in your shoes. We were all in your shoes before. It gets easier. The more you do it, the easier and more simple it becomes. That's just how it goes. You just got to stick to it. Yeah, you got to have a little bit of motivation in the beginning, but you need to keep a disciplined mindset the entire time. And I swear on everything, it does get easier. It gets to a point to where not eating out is not hard to do anymore. It's like, oh man, we're eating out this week. The eating out at fast food restaurants becomes more of a
Whoa,
what?
We're doing this.
Yeah. So it gets easier. You just have to stick to the plan. You have to be disciplined. It does work. I am proof that it works 2 times.
It really does. It really does. One of
Stick to
the things,
it.
one of the analogies that I like to use, especially in my career, and it goes hand to hand with health and fitness, and sticking to a diet is focus on getting the water on the table before the appetizers and entrees. And I'm not talking about food here. Is don't oversaturate yourself. Forrest gives a great baseline of how you need to start, and then we can get into the serious, more nitty gritty things. And when it gets to the point where he feels like you can handle more on your plate, then obviously it'll get to that. For the moment, enjoy the process. Like I said, enjoy the hunt, because I promise you the goal was a lot more fulfilling when you reach it, because you enjoyed that entire process and you're able to look back at that. So that's one of the last things that I'd like to say as well.
Lex, anything?
That's all I got to say about that.
All I'm gonna say is consistency. Consistency really is key. Like, when I look back at the best that I ever looked, I don't think about a specific day. I think about all the days of the hard work that I put in. I don't think about the very end, because there wasn't really a very end. I think about all the hard work that I put in, and nobody else could take that from me, because it was me, myself, and I that did it. And at that time, I was working with a coach that was barely responding to me, that just was absolutely terrible.
I text back fast.
And this guy,
man
anytime
lives
I
on his
have
phone.
anytime I have a question, it's like within a second that I get a response back. So y'all, when I tell y'all, please be grateful for that, because there were days where I'm like, hey, something's wrong, and he can attest to this. I was getting so mad, like, hey, something's wrong. Why are you not paying? And I paid you all this money. Why are you not paying attention to me? When I say, honestly, that above all is the, like, how you distinguish between someone who cares and someone who doesn't.
The cherry on top.
The cherry. That was like, what analogy come in my brain, but
If
no.
I'm not responding to you, that means I am stupid busy.
Yeah.
Looking for his picture.
Hey, quick. He's trying to chase down his
But when I
horse and
say
carriage.
this, when I say this, old coach that I had took literally like a week and a half. Like, wouldn't even respond to my check-ins.
I feel
like,
bad after 20 minutes.
like, so yeah. When I tell y'all, whatever he does is probably nothing compared to, like, y'all are blessed. That's all I'm gonna say.
My phone's been on D&D this entire time, and it's been like to not pick up my phone.
Yeah.
Quick little thing to add on to what Lex said, because having a coach that actually talks to you and responds at a very good time, that cares, is a great thing to have. Make sure you're inputting all your information.
Yes.
If you're not inputting what you're eating for the day, if you're not inputting your workouts, anything, and then you're like, well, what's wrong? Why am I gaining weight? It's like, we can't tell you if you're not keeping us informed. And I don't mean like text us. Use the programs that are at your hands. Use the programs that are offered to you. Use Trainerize. Use whatever food tracker app that you want to use. Just make sure we know about it, because then we can have an answer for you.
Go to a mechanic shop without the car and ask them to fix your car and see how that works. Let me know.
What he said.
Yeah, I mean, one of my old coaches said "fuck off" when I didn't input something, or I told him that I had a grilled chicken sandwich and sweet potato fries, and he told me to fuck off, and that my payment is canceled through PayPal. Yeah. For not following.
Yeah, I'm not like that, so.
Yeah.
We'll work through that.
Good old Nick. Motherfucker.
Oh, I like what Tracy had to say. Proof is in the protein, not the pudding.
I like that. I'm gonna tattoo that on my chest.
Clock it. Clock it.
Stop.
All right. Well, if anyone's got anything else,
That's good, man. I'm
That's
good
it.
here. I think it's a great introduction for everybody.
yeah, I think this is the longest podcast to date.
Cool.
I like
Sorry,
it.
guys.
That'd be great.
No,
But
it's
it's-
all good. I appreciate y'all sticking around. Yeah, love it. So I appreciate y'all sticking it out. Katie, especially since this is your first week in the program. She's in day 2 right now. She just did her second
Woo,
workout.
woo, woo, woo.
Clock it.
her journey is gonna be here. She signed up for 6 months, and she's gonna have I told her in the consultation, I was like, you wanted to go back to the body you had. She was like, yeah. And I was like, well, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna go to a physique you've never had.
Ooh!
And she was like, oh, okay.
Yes,
I'm in.
ma'am.
So
Yeah.
outside of that,
Enjoy
I'm gonna
the
be
process.
editing this tomorrow. I'm not gonna post this tonight. That's gonna be a lot of work.
Enjoy the process, Katie. 6 months just goes by fast when you do things correctly. It's gonna go by very slow if you do things bad. Truthfully.
What he said.
But outside of that, guys, thank you for coming to this interesting but awesome episode of the Fit and Focus podcast. I am Forrest the Trainer.
I'm Dr. Dispense.
I'm Alexis, aka Alexis Jean.
Jersey.
And we will see y'all next week. Deuces.